Hi everyone, this video is called Job Interviews in English. It is something we talk about in business English lessons, and I want to try and help you out if you are preparing for a job interview and your English is somewhere at an intermediate level. You may understand it pretty well, but when it's time to speak, it can be difficult. Probably you don't get enough practice. And I hope in this video we can look at some useful tricks to help you make this situation more comfortable. We're going to look at which tenses to use for which parts of the job interview. Before you have your interview, you will probably have to write a CV and write a letter of motivation, a cover letter, explaining something about yourself, your skills, your qualifications, and reasons why you want this job. And although this is not a task that people enjoy, it's not a lot of fun to write. Actually, it can be a great opportunity to help you think about yourself, to get to know yourself and your skills so that you know what to talk about in your interview. So this is a step that is crucial when you're preparing for the job interview. So let's look at some things that you will talk about and then look at the grammar you're going to need to talk about these things. You could talk about your ambitions, your plans for the future, and the things you hope to achieve in the future and what you want to accomplish in this job. You could talk about your past experiences from your previous jobs or from your education and qualifications. And you can also talk about your current duties, the things you do right now in your job or in your daily life if you're not employed at the moment. What sort of hobbies you have, what interests you have. These are all things that you might need to talk about in your job interview. There are a lot of things you can talk about using just the present simple tense, and these will be talking about your daily responsibilities at your current job, your duties. Things like, I manage the customer database. So using just the present simple for things you do routinely and regularly in your job. I update our clients' information. I perform operational risk analysis. Whatever it is that you do every day, that are your duties on regular basis, you talk about this using the present simple tense. But you will use the present continuous to talk about projects that are happening right now, that are current, and that you're in charge of or part of temporarily for a limited time. Something like, I am currently reorganizing our stock log, or I'm currently designing a new template for customer service. So something that you're doing right now that is a current project you're involved with, you use present continuous. I am reorganizing. You should use the past simple tense to talk about the duties you had in your previous jobs, some specifics of your previous roles and responsibilities. Something like, I conducted telephone surveys. I improved the feedback process, things that you improved, developed in particular jobs that you had in the past. But there will be occasions when you want to use the present perfect. If you're not sure about this, I suggest you watch the previous video about the difference between past simple tense and present perfect. So the present perfect, you will use it to talk about your accomplishments and your experiences without giving a time reference. So this is when you're focusing on all the things you know how to do and that you have done in the past without being specific about when. Something like, I have managed more than 500 employees so far in my career. I have dealt with multinational clients. But if you want to give specific examples, and you should give specific examples to illustrate every skill that you name, you should then switch back to the past tense. Something like, for example, in my last role, I was in charge of a team of 600 employees. So first we talk generally, giving some experiences and accomplishments using the present perfect tense, I have managed, and then we illustrate with an example in the past tense. And possibly your future employer will ask about your future plans. So what can you use to talk about your future plans? You could use something like, I would like to take on more responsibility, something that you would be happy to do in the future. You could say, I hope to work on a project that involves new technologies. These are also your hopes and aspirations, your ambitions for the future. And if you're sure that you're going to do something, if it is your intention, you can use I'm going to. If this is a plan you have already made, something like I'm going to research the trends in my industry. This is something that you've decided to do, and it's up to you to do it. And finally, I would just like to remind you that having this opportunity and having to prepare for a job interview, although on the face of it, it seems to be a difficult and challenging task, it is also an opportunity to explore yourself, to get to know your skills, your strengths, and your weaknesses, to improve your skills in English and your skills in presenting yourself. So, the benefits of this kind of training are manifold. Hopefully this video can help a little bit. As always, I will link my information below if you want to have some extra sessions and lessons with me preparing for a job interview or expanding your vocabulary with business English. Whatever you do, try to get as much practice as possible and be open to the new possibilities that are coming your way. Good luck with your job interview and with everything else. Bye.